Hello, my name is Untitled Chapter and I'm a head teacher of a school in Lagos State, and I am a trainer, I'm a consultant, and I'm also a curriculum builder. Hi, this is my first educational video. My name is Untitled Chapter and I'm a head teacher in Lagos State. I'm a consultant and I'm also a trainer. And today I'd like to talk to you about one of the things that bothers you as a school. If you're a new school, you're an old school, you can learn something from this. So please click like and subscribe. You can also share for your friends to like as well. And your likes and subscribes will help me to know how frequent I will do these videos. But this is the first educational video I'm doing. Class, we have more than three, but we have three categories of children in the classroom: the emerging, the on target, and children exceeding the target of the class, or who have mastered the target of the class. But today I want to focus on children who are working below the target. So there's a band, there's a band in the curriculum. The curriculum is the mother document. So the curriculum will birth the scheme of work. The scheme of work will birth your lesson plans, right? And your lesson plans should be implemented. And in every implementation, the first thing you should do is that you must have them in your plan. In your planner, you must always, so if your planner does not have plans for these three categories of children, the planner is maybe not so good. So the planner must have something for children who are emerging, children who are working on target, and children who have mastered the target. So you must always put them in your plan. If they are not in your plan, you have a lot of work to do. I'll put a link of a good lesson plan down below so that you can download it and use it and tweak it around as it suits you. So you must always include them in your plan. And the example I'll use today is simple addition. So in simple addition, you want to use numbers 1 to 20 for year 1, for instance, because they already know number identification and they can tell what number is what not and all that. Hey, the children working below grade level will not be doing 1 to 20. You have to stick to 1 to 5, 1 to 7, so that they work with smaller numbers, and when they understand that, they can then build on to bigger numbers. Okay, so but the ones who have mastered it, who also have a need, I'll talk about their need later, you give them 1 to 20, sometimes push them to 1 to 25, 1 to 30, and bigger numbers, because that is their need. They get bored easily, they get bored quickly, they keep coming back to say, I'm done, oh, I'm done. And sometimes there are foundational issues you want to get out of the way. You want to ask, how old is this child? Is this child even appropriate for this class? Some children are 4 years and 10 months and they're year 1. Meanwhile, some children were 5 years last year. So they're coming into year 1, they are 5 years and 10 months. They're 5 years and 9 months. And you want to have the same performance. Well, some children will, perform, but status quo is, there's a reason 5-year-olds are year 1. The curriculum is built in a way that 5-year-olds are year 1. So it's now more detrimental if a child is not up to 5 and they're year 1. Sometimes, they survive. Sometimes they shine. A few of them shine in class. But hey, some people are going to be 6. And so they're going to be superstars in the class and receiving all the accolades. So as a parent, you also want to be careful. Why am I rushing this child? Why am I putting this child in school? So these are the effects of these things happening in the school. And also sometimes when you have a case like that, you may also want to go back to basics. Why are they not meeting up their expectation in class? Reading their expectations. And when you invite me for your training and I come and train, I always give these expectations for math, for English, for writing, for speaking, class by class. So there are expectations in the class. Why is this child not exceeding it? So if your child is supposed to be reading, for instance, in year 1, and they don't know how to say ABCs or sound their ABCs, you may want to go back to basics and say, you know what, let's go back and know the sounds. So, and everything you do must be evidential. You must have an evidence. So this is why I advise, open a file. In that file, whatever you're doing to make the child better, put it in that file and begin to assess weekly. You are the school. You are the one with the responsibility, right? Parents should support you if their child has a problem, but ultimately you are the one that can make a change and make it evidential. Learning is evidence-based, so make it evidential. This is a file I'm open for this child. This is where we are right now. This week what we did was to, during break time, after school, before school comes in first thing in the morning, I give this child 15 minutes to learn sounds of A to Z, or I showed a video on YouTube, or I downloaded a resource and sent home over the weekend. Document it. By next week, the child has mastered it. By the third week, he's learning to join two letter sounds, as, you know. And because they are older now, they will get it quickly. So sometimes you don't want them to just be in the crowd and mingle. No, you need to take out some time and put these children aside, give them your special time so that they can also come up and, you know, come up to grade level. So if you really put in the work, if you honestly put in the work, you will get results. Okay, it's evidential. You must have evidence to show. You know, you must have a running record. In a place we call it running record, you must have a running record to show that this is how I'm running this intervention. It's actually an intervention. This is how I'm running this intervention, and this is the result I have. And when you begin to see results, reward their efforts. Give a sticker. I'm going to do a video entirely on rewards and the reward system and what should be. Now, the curriculum I'm thinking of is the Nigerian curriculum, the British curriculum, whatever curriculum you use. You know, reward their efforts. Give them a clap. Public show of affection for children. Yes, and that, you know, boosts their morale to want to do more. That just helps them to want to do more and more, not just to please you, but confidence is a beautiful thing when you see children actually come out of their shell and begin to know the things they thought were impossible, and you will put a lot more in them when you begin to appreciate them. So what we do where I work is we have this reward system of giving certificates. We go through the stress, we print this certificate, we put a subject, we put a reason, we put their class, you know, we put a sticker on it, and we call out their names on assembly, and we clap for them. And we don't only reward children who are doing so well in class, we also call it improved performance. So you see a child who has been struggling before, and suddenly the child is picking up. You are rewarding the very okay ones, and you are rewarding the emerging ones. So everybody is, I mean, and before you know it, the children begin to catch up. And now, don't do this in the presence of the class. I know it's you won't get it, you know. Don't do that. Never discuss pitfalls in the presence of other children in the class. If there's something there you know that they should know by now and they're not coming up to expectation, you want to have a conversation with them, you know, outside the classroom. When I say outside the classroom, I mean their friends are not there, your assistant is not there, or the class teacher is not there, or just you and this child. You want to get to facts and the bottom of the issue. You begin to earn their trust. They begin to trust you and say that, oh, this teacher actually wants the best for me and all that. Yes, you may think they don't know because they are children. They know, trust me. When you're working and you've already built your evidence, you've already spoken to parents at home, begin to assess bi-weekly, you know. Your evidence should be weekly, but begin to assess every 2 weeks. Whatever you want the child to know, if it is in reading, if it is in writing, begin to assess. Don't wait for the 6-week assessment. Begin to assess every 2 weeks. Just you and the child. It could be just a worksheet. Just assess and move it on. For you to also move a child from emerging to on target, home front must be involved. You can't have a lot of success. I mean, you may, but it's always solid when you involve parents from home, not mothers. Don't get it twisted. Mothers and fathers, they know that, you know, you call for a meeting, discuss it with your head of school, discuss it with your head teacher, and, you know, send a letter or invite the parent. Let them see that this is the problem that we have, and it is, you know, don't call parents to say what is not due. Call them and tell them. When I say what is not, it means don't call for a problem when you don't know the solution. So you must have a solution before you call for a problem. So when you call and make that phone call and you say, we would like to discuss the progress of your child with you. Your child is doing so well. There are just a few things we need to gloss over and we need you to be very involved. Parents will come. They are the reason they work anyway. Get parents involved. They must have a plan at home as well. Who's supporting this child? When the child gets home, who is attending to the child? Does this child see their parents morning till night? Is this child eating right? Is this sleeping well? All these things affect children in ways that we don't even know it does. So if you're a parent out there, please let your children go to bed early on time. Particularly if we have to wake up early to go to school the next day. So let them go to bed by 8 o'clock. No TV during the week. They can watch 20-30 minutes of TV and that's it. Don't put TVs in their room with unrestricted access and all that. With, without restricted access, I mean. Don't just give your child whatever they want. Since children have tabs, they have phones, all these are very distracting and away from schoolwork. So this is what we recommend. Let them have TV time all weekend, from Friday evening to Sunday night. TV. When it's school time, limited 15 minutes, one program on TV and that's it. Even the one program they have to earn. Now this is always the last thing I say. Before you say put this child on an after school program, if you run one in school, it means that case is very, 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 very dicey. As in, the case is very serious. Let that be the last thing you prefer. Don't be quick to say, oh, join after school. So why are you teaching? Why is my child spending 6 hours with you if I'm not getting success? And then you're saying, oh, after school, Yeah, but don't just prefer after school. Say there is now an issue that you know that I can't get any time during school hours to come and to bring this child. I don't have that time. Then you can say, okay, can this child stay after school, have some pick-up arrangements with the parents? If your school if they have a proper program for after school children, then you can tap into that. Trust me, if you do these things I've said, after 6 weeks, the child will begin to see improvements. Sometimes I'm just saying there's no other issue. Sometimes it takes a whole year. You have to keep trying. Tell the next teacher, this is where I am. This is where I want you to take this child to. It's progress, that change is your reward. You know that feeling when you see children that weren't doing what they thought they could do before, because we always believe in children, and you begin to see the changes, the joy in your heart that I was a part of this. It is everything. I tell you, it is everything. I mean, as a head of school, I see so many changes. It's the reason I get up every day. I want to see more. I'm challenged. It's everything. Okay. So I'd like to recap from the first thing we talked about, and it is not enough to know the problem. We also have to get solutions for the problem. The first thing we said was to plan differentiated activities ahead for the children in every class activity. Your planner must include a differentiated plan. Number 2, you must get into the foundational issues. What are the foundational issues this child have? Does he sleep early? Does he wake up late? Does he eat a balanced meal? Is someone picking him up? Is someone showing him love? Is he of the right age in the right class? Number 3, you may have to go back to basics if there is a need to. The child that doesn't know how to read, we need to go back to learning sounds. The child that cannot tell the time, we need to go back to do simple addition of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 minus 1 to 10. And also we need to have evidence of what we are doing. Learning is evidential, so I would advise that you open a folder and put all of the work you do into that folder. Number 5, you have to dedicate time away from everyone to that child. It could be during break time, it could be some minutes before classes start, it could be in between classes when you have a free period and the child is also free, but you must dedicate time away for the child. Number 6, you must get their parent involved. Parent involvement is what gives us the balance. You can't do all that hard work and nobody's backing you up at home. It won't really be balanced. You'll have a longer journey, so it's shorter when parents are actually on your side. Number 7, celebrate their successes and never discuss their pitfall in the presence of anyone. If you've had a moment of disappointment with a child, you may want to talk about it with the child alone, and reward their successes, give them stickers, print certificates for them. Then never ever recommend after school when you can actually get the job done. I hope that if you do all these things, you'll begin to see results and changes. Please come back, give us testimonies, and put your comments in the comment section down below. Next video will drop next week Monday, and I hope you've had a good time learning something. Thank you and bye bye.